everyone. I really appreciate how you just saw me walking up to the front and it just started to gently get quiet. It was like a wave of quietness coming across the front, and I didn't have to keep my arm up for long. That is wonderful. And I know middle school doesn't like to do this, but elementary, give yourselves a pat on the back. Middle school, you could humor me. Thank you. Today, as we talked about morning assembly, is a very special day. We have a very special guest here, and some other guests, and I'm pleased to tell you that Mr. David Parks' son, Mr. Gordon Parks, is here today to share some information with you, and there's some of you that have some questions for him, and so quickly I just want to review our assembly chants. Our conversation when we're in here is we're not talking with anyone while people are presenting, so it's at a 0. If you need any help, I know you know this, show me what you would do. Yep. Just raise your hand, and then you can look down your row to your teacher or to a teacher that's in there, and they will acknowledge you. Okay? We're not going to move around a lot. I know sometimes, especially sitting on the floor, it might get uncomfortable, but let's not get on our knees because then the people behind us won't be able to see. If you need to get up and move, you raise your hand, your teacher will acknowledge you, you can do that. Our activity is, if there's somebody up here talking, you're going to be listening. If the person up front asks you to participate in some way, you're going to participate. And I know that we'll have a wonderful assembly, and it's going to be a great morning. So without further ado, I want to introduce Miss Moore Black. She is with the Kansas Board of Regents. I'm going to let her tell you who she's with exactly so I don't mess it up and embarrass myself more than I already have. But she's here to share with you a little bit of information into our formal introduction of Mr. Parks. So please give her a warm Gordon Parks welcome.
Mr. David Parks, the son of the person who your school is named after. He's a filmmaker, writer, and director all the way from Texas. And I'm a real comedian because guess what? I used to be a school teacher, so we have to get you guys pepped up for the speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, all in the audience, please welcome Mr. David Parks.
Good morning, Trailblazers. Well, it's really good to be here in Wichita. My father's namesake in school. Really an honor to be able to talk to you. And in a little while, I'm going to show you a film clip that has to do with the film that he made, The Learning Tree. And which will give you an idea of his experience at your age, at your level, when he was growing up in Kansas back in the 1920s in Fort Scott, which is out east, southeast, in a place called, the biggest area would probably be Pittsburgh. Anybody ever been to Pittsburgh? Okay, so some of you know where Fort Scott is. And he made a film called The Learning Tree. Have you all seen that? Yeah, you've seen The Learning Tree? You haven't seen it? Okay. We're going to show a little clip of the learning tree of when he was a little boy, and just talk about it. And so, without any further ado, pretty interesting. Well, that's the way it used to be in the old days. We have come a long way for education. We don't have that kind of problem anymore. And one of the things my father asked me to do is keep passing the message along to other students and kids like yourself to understand what's important in life. Okay? What's important in life is to strive as high as you can. Go for the gold. That's the way he did it. That's why the school is named after him. There's about 14 other schools around the country that are in his name that have those same kinds of ideals, same kinds of message. He worked very hard to become the best. You should always strive to be the best. It's the way he brought me up, my sister and brothers, people who were around him, all try to do the best. Not second best, not third best. You try to do the best you can in everything you do. Try to be the best person. Try to be the best reader. Try to be the best basketball player. Try to be the best at whatever you do. And that was his message. As you saw in this clip from the Learning Tree, which was a film made in Fort Scott, Kansas, back in 1968. It has won more awards than, I don't know what to say. The book, The Learning Tree, some of you will get well-known plaques as broad as the books, I believe. Or you will be reading The Learning Tree. And then you will see what he went through. Working on. You will see what he went through as a child, growing up in Kansas. But you are in a much better position than he was. And that's what we're all working for, to make things better. Okay? Any questions about the film you saw? No. Any questions? Well, if you have any questions, well, go ahead, young lady. What did you say? Go ahead. He's just principal, and he was the head of the school. But the problem about the principal was that he said, the teacher said it was the principal before him that caused the problem of that kind of message. Yes.
Mr. Marks, I'll be like the Phil Donnie with the crowd. You can answer and I'll
That'll work.
And is it okay with you? I also told them they could ask questions about your father.
Absolutely.
Okay. Here I go. Sorry, I'm right in front of the camera. Say your name and then ask your question, please. Thank you. I know. You didn't know you were ready for that when I came out to you.
You can do it.
I'm talking, why are verses so special to him?
Say that again.
Why were verses so special to him?
Well, he grew up on a ranch in Fort Scott as a little boy. so he got involved with horses. We used to have horses in New York, believe it or not. We had horses that we took care of and learned to ride. And he loved animals. And so, growing up on a ranch in East Kansas, he sort of kept a love for them.
My name is Sincere, and I wanted to ask about the influence in life.
Well, my father influenced my life just like your father influences your life. He taught me things that, as a child, when I was your age, and sometimes I listened, sometimes I didn't. But he influenced me to go on and be the best. Right now, I'm a filmmaker. I worked with my father on many films, and my brother. Did films like Shaft. You seen Shaft? Oh, not you guys. But you guys. You saw. We did a lot of films, and I carried on in his footsteps. So I'm right now making a film. I'm working on making a film on the Buffalo Soldiers. You ever hear of the Buffalo Soldiers? Yeah, okay. Some of you have. Okay, and I'm working on that film right now, getting it together. So, yeah, that's how he influenced me. I mean, I traveled all over the world with him when I was your age. I was living in Europe, going to school, grammar school. And in France, it was rough. It was rough. Sure.
My name is Shuntasia, and my question is, what should students do if they want to become a successful artist or writer?
What should students do to become successful artists? All right. Gotta do your ABCs. Right? You can't be a good writer if you can't know your ABCs. So, you must read a lot, learn from other books. But the main thing is to find something you want to write about.
Okay, we have another student.
My name is Shuntasia, and my question is, what is your favorite memory of your father?
Favorite?
Memory of your father.
Oh, that's a hard one. Because I have a lot of memories of my father. I just remember basically the kind of person he was. It's not one thing that I remember about him that stands out more than he was just a good person. He worked hard. He was very honest. You have to be honest when you do things out here. And I think most of all, he never told stories that weren't true. And that's important. Be honest. Don't lie. Sure, we can take one.
My name is Messiah. What was the best thing that ever happened to your life?
Well, you guys asked some rough questions. I've had a lot of good things happen in my life. Okay? And, I think traveling with my father, we traveled all over the world and meeting a lot of to people, if you can, you must travel. You want to travel and learn about what it's like to live in other parts of the world. But, you know, we did a lot of traveling. When I was their age, this is grammar school, right? When I was your age, down here, had traveled halfway around the world. So that prepared me for things that happened later on in my life. And so I like travel. I always have. I don't have a problem. Somebody has a question over there.
Just checking on our time of the agenda.
Yeah, how we doing?
We're doing good. How about we take like 3 more questions?
Sure. That's it.
Oh, let's make sure we can hear the video. Okay.
I wonder what kind of sports.
Well,
Sports.
again, my father was into sports. Believe it or not, he used to play for the Harlem Globetrotters. Yeah, he played for the Harlem Globetrotters. He played on a team that played against the Harlem Globetrotters whenever it was in the House of David. And he played on the team that played against the Harlem Globetrotters. But when they needed somebody on the Globetrotters who was sick or something, he would fill in. And I hope to get one day, I've seen the photograph of him in his Harlem Globetrotter outfit, and we get a kick out of that. I think he lost that. I don't know. We lost it somewhere, but it's there. So he played a lot of basketball. He skied, snow skied. I was a racer myself in college, and it wasn't too bad. You know, I was 80th in the country at the time we were racing in college. I did pretty good. So we played tennis. Really liked tennis. Tennis is a good game. I hope.
I'm sorry.
You know, when I was in France, I learned soccer, and I continued my soccer play here in America when it was not a very popular sport. Soccer is a beautiful game, and everybody can play soccer. Not everybody can play football, because they might not be big enough, or they might not be quick enough. But soccer is a universal game. I'll tell you a little story about soccer. When I was in grammar school, your age, we used to play against the girls. And the girls were good. That's the kind of game it is, where you can play, girls and boys can play together. And you learn a lot of respect, because the girls were better than we were. And so I've always had a tremendous respect for women, for girls, my whole life, because I know what they can do on the soccer field. Something like that.
All right, we have Raven.
Raven.
Your question has to be in the microphone. Okay, there we go.
Go ahead. Put it up to your mouth.
Oh, if your dad was still alive, how old would he be?
If my father was alive, how old would he be? 100.
For real.
I believe so.
We have 2
Well,
more.
102. 102.
All right.
102. And I know that your father would be proud to hear today to hear some of these wonderful questions.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and we have one final question, and I was told this young lady right here was the first one with her hand up. So shall we let her wrap up the questions?
Okay.
First one hand up, last one to ask the question.
Why didn't they let him go to college?
Well, that is what we saw. I mean, well, they didn't. It's not that they didn't let him go to college. They just did not encourage him to go to college. They didn't say you should go to college. They said maybe you you should be a porter, a dishwasher. You can go to college. You should want to go to college. Everybody should want to go to college. That's good. No?
All right, let's give him a round of applause. We have so many of you that have questions for Mr. Parks. And I know on the back of the program that you're all going to get sent home today. They're going to be in teachers' boxes. There is an address for Mr. David Parks. And if you would like to write to him, I'm sure he would love to hear from some of our students here at Gordon Parks, and you can really craft some of those questions to ask him. So no, we can't let all 400 and some of you ask questions. We appreciate the good questions you do have, and we're going to continue on. I'm going to pass the microphone back over to, I'm not sure, whoever grabs it.
Hello, my name is Demetria Wilson. I work with the College Access Challenge Grant, so I help get David Parks to you guys to speak today. A little bit about the College Access Challenge Grant. I help with reading, mostly with our high school seniors, getting ready for college, taking ACT, their FAFSA, scholarships to help pay for college. So that's a little bit what I do. So when you guys, or almost if you got a while, but when you get to high school and ready for college, I can help. Okay, today I would like to present some awards. First, I would like to present awards to Ms. Hutchinson for helping me out to get this set up. Inside is a book, and also a Gordon Parks mug, coffee mug.
Oh, and you guys know I love your coffee. Wonderful. Thank you very much. I was not expecting that. It's very nice. Oh, I have to picture you excited. Thank you very much.
Also, my second gift I would like to give to Mr. Parks. Yeah. For coming out today and speaking to you guys. It's a coffee mug, and it has the flyer program that you're getting today. It has a picture of the program on the coffee mug.
Okay, I'm back again. We are going to give this wonderful bag full of books. Remember the film? You saw just an excerpt, just 8 minutes of the video, The Learning Tree, which Mr. Gordon Parks wrote. His son has autographed, put his signature in the book, and we're going to have it for 12 students who, we're going to call Ms. Hutchinson back up, has selected for those who have been involved with readers, and I'll let her do her own announcement.
Thank you. I want to let all of you know, every single student in this room deserves a round of applause for how hard you work every day at the school. But wait, there's more. Every single student in this room I am proud of because they strive every day to do their best no matter what's going on. Sometimes our best is different depending on what's going on in our lives, but we try our best, and I want you to know I'm proud of everybody in this room, so another round of applause. And as we move through the school year, as many of you who've been with me before know, there are different times that different groups of students sometimes get awarded things. So today, we had to make a difficult decision. I got some names from teachers of some students who continually persevere, who are always respectful, who work very hard. And it really could be anyone in this room. But we had to narrow it down to 12 people. So I'm going to call those names and say, I know it's going to be hard, and this never really works, but we're going to try it. Save your applause, and I'll give a signal, like, I don't know. And then you'll applause for all of them once they're up here. So as I call your name and they don't know who they are, you're going to come on down like the Price is Right. And we'll line up right here, and Mr. Parks can give you your book and shake your hand, and the books are in the bag, I think. We have Sean Michael Anderson. Oh, let's wait, then I can call all the names. It's hard, I know, because you want to do the applause right away. Sean Michael Anderson, I didn't check to see if they're all here today. Patricia Pete, Kaylee Hyatt, Javionte Whitaker, Jalen Rice, Tristan Farley, Haley Thomas, Michaela Gallagher, Keosha Pearson, Amari Gardner, Raven Fain, and I have difficulty pronouncing this name, Ms. McVeigh, Imaje Brown. Now, a round of applause. As they're getting their autograph books, and I think I have one in my hand, so I probably have the extra to run out, Mr. Parks. I probably have an extra, I probably have this one in my hand. As you can see, we have a range of students from kindergarten to middle school. Most of our kids are middle school, and this is a group of students who have dedicated a lot of out-time of school hours to community service for our community and for our school. Let's give another round of applause to the students.
A quick picture, and then we have a surprise for Mr. Parks.
Quiet, quiet, quiet.
Okay, now Mr. Parks, we have a surprise for you. We have two wonderful musical instructors. We have Miss Sarah Chambers and Miss Amanda Gibson over here. And our 7th and 8th grade band and orchestra have prepared a song. They're each going to play a song for you. So, I don't know where we should have. If you want to stand or sit on the side. You can sit right into it with us. They are going to play for you. And I don't know who's going first, but I'm walking this way, so band's going first.
This is the 7th and 8th grade band. The song we're going to play for you this morning is called Fire Caves of Golgotha.
Fire
students have only been playing their instrument going on 2 or going on 3 years, correct? Yes, what a nice job, what a nice job. We have another nice job. Wait, she's coming, she's got some.
I played flute for years and years in the band and orchestra. Each time I have to give you something.
Wonderful, thank you very much. They have a Gordon Parks Museum mug as well. It's like I never want this assembly to end, but I mean, just like, oh, it's just so fun. Okay, best assembly ever. All right, I'm gonna hand this over to you.
We are the 7th and 8th grade orchestra. We shall be playing Frog in a Tree.
But very, very impressed. Thank you very much.
This, what you just heard here, is what excellence is all about. You have to find your groove. What I mean by groove, the thing you really like to do, and you have to do it this way. This is beautiful. 7th and 8th grade. That worked.
And I was going to have someone else close it out, and I'm going to go ahead and close it out. All right, I want to thank everyone again who made this possible. Let's give them a round of applause. Another thank you to Mr. David Parks for coming back to Gordon Parks, visiting us, and sharing information. Two more thank yous, maybe 3, you know how I love the microphone. Thank you again to Ms. Jimson and Ms. Chambers and our 7th and 8th grade band and orchestra. And many of you, I didn't see her at the beginning or I would have introduced her, but our school board member, Benny Arnold, is back here today, so please give her a round of applause. Thank you for coming and supporting us today, Ms. Arnold. And And thank you, students and teachers. You did a wonderful job, so give yourselves a round of applause. And now comes the most difficult part of any assembly, and I know you will impress me. And it will be how quietly and nicely you show Mr. Parks you leave an assembly with your teachers. Let's leave that wonderful impression with him, and I'll see you in your classrooms later today.